Thane, I'm thinking maybe Thane. If you have a relationship with Thane, the appeal would be maybe that he doesn't die. So maybe his reason to fight is Shepard. So maybe he does take the transplant, or they find a way to cure him, or to make him better, or maybe to prolong his life. So maybe you could have Thane for longer. That could be an appeal. Garrus. Garrus, I really couldn't find like a really big appeal. I think they could add a lot of things when it comes to Garrus because there weren't that many hints. The only thing that they talked about was his mom. So I mean, maybe Garrus, in the beginning of Mass Effect 3, he may probably went back to his homeland, Palaven, to see his mom and his sister. Maybe his mom died. I don't know, or maybe he just wants to go back and say see them for the last time or something. So you might have to go and get uh, Garrus. Maybe give him support. Have that whole support system for Garrus there. That could be appealing. But I think with Garrus it's pretty open. I think they could add a lot of new things, new appeals for Garrus. I can't think of anything because they haven't really hinted. But that's one thing that is out there right now because of the layer of Shadow Broker. Jack. Jack, I have no idea what they could do with her because you could basically do anything with her because they haven't really hinted anything about Jack except for one thing. When Casey Hudson said that Jack was returning, but was she going to be alive? That's like, so you don't know what's going to happen to Jack, but so it's pretty much in the air right now when it comes to Jack. But I think that's appeal enough already. A lot of people like the mystery behind Jack, and how she's going to react, mostly because of her personality. She's very closed and pushes you away. So maybe that is appeal in itself already. Like, is she going to really fall in love with Shepard, or, how is she going to react to this whole situation? Okay, so now for the this hasn't been confirmed, but I think it's pretty obvious. Casey Hudson already said that you could have relationships with non-squad members, so people that aren't in your squad. They could be a relationship option, and I'm thinking Miranda and Jacob. Um, they, I don't think they're going to be in your squad. I think they are going to be um, non-squad relationship. Miranda, the appeal for her, maybe you could be supporting her for, kind of giving her support for her problem, her infertility, or maybe even, I don't know, maybe they will throw in a possible adoption. I don't know. So there's, Miranda is pretty much in the air right now, also. And then Jacob. Jacob, since he's not going to be in Cerberus anymore, most likely because of the way that Mass Effect 2 ended. I mean, what if Jacob does go back to the Alliance military? Maybe it's the only way that he could be part of the fight and not really being with Cerberus, because Cerberus turned out to be something different, than, especially in Mass Effect 3 when you know that Cerberus is indoctrinated. I don't think Jacob would stay with them, right? So he would want to fight against Cerberus, so maybe he does join the Alliance military and takes that position that was offered to him by that colonel. So the appeal might be, I don't know, maybe some epic. I mean, could you imagine it? It's kind of like, it's very like a war. Well, Casey Hudson's calling Mass Effect 3 all the time. He's saying it's a war story. It's a war story. So people are gonna die. Um, so the people. I mean, what better motivation to try to save the world than to save those that you love, right? I could see it where Jacob is kind of fighting on the Alliance side, like closely with the Alliance, like the military, and Shepard's off doing, fighting his own his own, fighting for the same cause, but they're separate, right? Because Shepard's not directly there with the military and them leading him. He's leading his own team, and the military's there to back them up. For Mass Effect 3 at least. So I could see Jacob doing that. Like I could see Jacob being there, but not with Shepard. Like kind of like I'm here, you know. Maybe they contact each other and like be careful type of thing. Or maybe there could be some kind of like epic death with Jacob while he's fighting the Reapers or something. So I don't know. That's they haven't given too much tips, so I could only see Jacob really going to become joining the military again. And of course, Ashley and Caden, their appeal in already, like they have appeal already because they're coming back from Mass Effect 1. And if you played Mass Effect 1, you had a relationship with Ashley and Caden or Liara. So they already have this appeal because it's like, oh, cool, they're coming back. You know, this is gonna be so juicy, especially after them giving you the cold shoulder in Mass Effect 2. I think that's gonna make pretty good storyline for Mass Effect 3 when you see them again. Like, what the hell are you doing here? You know, you could either react, now it's your turn to be cold, or you're like, oh my god, I've missed you so much, type of thing. I don't know, but yeah, it's gonna be good. But this leads me to the highly anticipated love triangles. The love triangles are going to be so good. Oh my god. We're going to have ourselves a soap opera. Of course, for male Shepard, you could have, if you had a relationship with Ashley in Mass Effect 1, you are going to be able to have a triangle between Ashley and Miranda, Ashley and Jack, or Ashley and Tally. Could you imagine Ashley and Jack? Ooh, that one's gonna be good. I mean, that one is gonna be epic, I think. There's also, if you had a relationship with Liara, it's gonna be Liara versus Miranda, Liara versus Jack. That's gonna be good. Anybody paired with Jack, I mean, come on. Liara versus Tally. Liara versus Jack. Two biotic bees going at it for Shepard. That's gotta be good. Oh man, that's gonna be so good. If you're a female Shepard and you had a relationship with Caden, it's gonna be Caden and Garrus, Caden and Jacob, or Caden and Thane. I think Caden and Jacob sounds pretty good. Caden and Garrus is going to be very good. That's going to be one of mine for my female Shepard. That's going to be my scenario. I'm not leaving Garrus for no Caden. So that is going to be really good. And then if you had a relationship with Liara versus Garrus, Liara versus Jacob, or Liara versus Thane. Liara versus Garrus sounds interesting. That sounds pretty good. But, and then of course there are the new relationships. I'm pretty sure you're going to be able to have a relationship with James Vega. And I think you're going to be able to have a relationship with him, whether you're a girl or a guy. I think there's going to be one more, maybe. I don't know if he's the only new relationship or if there's going to be a new girl. I'm not too sure. Maybe. I think so. I think they're doing that, especially for people that are playing Mass Effect 3 for the first time. They're really not going to know what's going on with the other, like the love triangles and all that. But of course, they could always romance any of the other characters I just mentioned, you know, for the first time, whatever. But yeah, there are going to be more returning relationships than new relationships, so that is going to be very, very interesting. So if you haven't played Mass Effect 2, if you haven't played Mass Effect 1, that's fine. I mean, it would be better if you did, but if you didn't and you're like, I don't want to play the whole game again, that's okay. Or you could just buy the comic, the online the Xbox comic. That is pretty cool because you could make the major choices on there. You could choose what relationships you want to have, whether you want a relationship with Caden, Ashley, or Liara, and that will tie into the game. So you don't have to play Mass Effect 1 if you don't want to. Um, I would say play Mass Effect 2 before Mass Effect 3 though, because I think Mass Effect 2, even though it's just the recruitment process, I think Mass Effect 2 really um, ties in a lot of the relationships from Mass Effect 3, especially because it has so many relationships that are coming back from Mass Effect 3, and because Mass Effect 3 is mostly about returning relationships. So I would say play Mass Effect 2 so that you could have a relationship with all of these returning characters so that they're not all new to you in Mass Effect 3. So, yeah. Anyways, I'm going to end it here because it's getting very long. The relationships, either way, are going to be very interesting for Mass Effect 3. Those are just some things that might come up in Mass Effect 3. There's also the possibility that they won't even mention anything that the dossiers did in Lair of the Shadow Broker. But I just thought it was some of these things were pretty interesting that they mentioned. That's pretty much what I had to say. Let's keep our fingers crossed that my camera didn't just die on me a little while ago. So, thank you for watching, and remember, next Mass Effect Talks will be the Elusive Man. I promise. That one's gonna be pretty good because, I mean, it's the Elusive Man. He's so elusive. Nobody knows what's going on with the Elusive Man. I do though, so I will tell you what's going on with the Elusive Man. I'm just kidding. I don't know what is going on with the Elusive Man either, but I have a lot of theories that I want to talk to you guys about. Okay, I'm gonna end it there. I'll talk to you guys later.